arms dealer is going to be inspecting a CFA outpost. It appears he's involved with nuclear weapons development in the area. My hunch is that this guy is somehow connected to Cypher. I've got no proof, but we know Skullface is working through PFs in the region. Anyway, it just so happens a job connected to this inspection has come in. Take a look at your iDroid.
Alright. If you run through flames and stuff in that previous boss fight, Big Boss gets covered in soot and ash and stuff, so gotta take a shower to get all that off.
He's quite dirty.
Yeah.
Roger.
Who's putting up all these anime posters? Stop it.
This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ.
They're trying to get Paz to remember her true self on anime.
Right. Right. But they're just programming her to be like a pop idol instead.
Station at LZ.
You think Big Boss would be used to the wind from the helicopter by now? He's still always like shields his face.
Yeah, he likes it that way. That's why he's aged so much less than Miller.
Oh, no, yeah, I guess you're right.
Or than Ocelot. Miller also has not aged much.
Yeah.
He keeps all his wrinkles behind the sunglasses. No one can see.
Dang. Just feel like Big Boss's skincare routine shouldn't be such a secret. If he really wants to make money in a legit way, just start making a lotion or something. Damn. R&D could totally make lotion if they wanted to. Just tell him.
Yeah, but it'd be lotion that comes in little legged robot delivery vehicles.
The contract is to eliminate a high-ranking CFA officer. CFA doesn't just hire United soldiers as mercenaries. They're also supplying United with weapons. It just smacks of Western nations manipulating them against the socialist MPLA. Naturally, the MPLA is not happy with the situation and wants us to put a stop to it. Your standard issue East-West proxy war. Except it appears our target is the man in charge of how many weapons get supplied to UNITA. Apparently his MO is to keep the Civil War going as long as possible, so CFA can keep making a profit. Bad for business if UNITA wins too soon. So they sit back and suck the people dry. Parasites of war. Our intel suggests the target rarely ventures outside of Nova Braga Airport. But rumor has it that a Western arms dealer is headed there soon for an inspection. That could be your chance to eliminate the target from a distance. We also heard that he plans to leave the country following the inspection. This may be our only opportunity to take him out.
I like whenever Miller describes somebody else in the war business, and he always speaks of them with such disgust in his voice, but I think it's not because he's disgusted by them, but rather disgusted that he didn't do it first.
Eliminate the high-ranking CFA official in charge of supplying weapons to UNITA. The target stays at Nova Braga Airport. Head to the airport first.
What if it's just jealousy? Like, he's mad at all these people in what sound like much higher margin businesses. Like, arms sales has got to have a lot less overhead than running your own floating ocean city.
You could honestly just turn Mother Base into just a weapons manufacturing platform. Probably. And it would probably be less expensive and make more money. I guess he just wants to make a lot of money, but still doing what he's passionate about.
Yeah,
Maybe just making guns isn't his calling.
If you do what you hate most, you'll never have to smile a day in your life. And that's where Miller is right now.
All right, somewhere in the airport.
Boss, we have an emergency. Mother Base is under attack. The enemy is over on one of our platforms, and they're holding some of our staff hostage. If we don't do something, they'll try to take off with our men. That would mean losing some of our finest manpower. Boss, take back that platform. This is a race against time. For all of us. Get on this mission right away, boss.
Oh, what? All right. Time to do a different mission, actually. We were about to do mission 21, but let's go to 22 instead because it's so urgent.
So this is an actual mission. This is not how you start doing like the multiplayer invasion stuff.
Right, this is like an actual scripted mission, and it always
Okay.
happens the first time you try to do mission 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that seemed like an alert for like the multiplayer incursion stuff.
Yeah. This is actually the introduction to the multiplayer.
Oh, okay. So I'm not entirely wrong.
Yeah, it's
Infiltrate the platform under enemy control and eliminate their commander. The moment they lose their chain of command, we'll move in and suppress the rest. The enemy have taken some of our staff hostage and are threatening to kill them if they're attacked. You can't rely on support from us this time. Anything we do might be seen as an attack. Boss, forgive me. Can't believe I let an enemy force in right under my nose. But one thing's for sure. They're gonna pay for it. Make certain of that, boss.
I don't know. I think maybe if you just hang out with them, they'll get frustrated and leave.
yeah.
Have them take the kids first. I don't want to deal with the moral quandary.
That's the target. The enemy commander. He calls himself Mosquito. The PFE leads has captured a sizable market share by imitating the way we work. The more the PF industry expands, the thinner the available manpower is stretched. Finding and training elite personnel takes time. But Diamond Dogs is not about to submit to some two-bit imposters. Eliminate this Mosquito, suppress his attack force, and show them what we're made of. And by the way, boss, do you recognize this guy? He seems to have something personal against us.
All right. So, I like this mission. I think it's fun to sneak around on your own base. And like depending on which struts have been built, this mission is a little different. Just because it's like the starting point is always the strut furthest away from the main section. So it's like the goal is to get to the R&D strut. So I have one other R&D strut, so we start all the way back here. And also there's just a shitload of dudes, so I'm just gonna use some Nocticine just to see where everybody is through the walls and stuff.
Yeah.
This is also one of the only times where it's actually like useful to use the concrete camo pattern because everything's nice and gray. And also this mission kind of explains why there's so many weird little windy paths in Mother Base for no reason. It's just for sneaking purposes. It's just to make it more of a video game level.
I think you mean it's for training our men in multiple rounds of attack before we send them into the field.
Right.
These are the lessons that will save their lives so they're able to get us money another day.
Okay, Huey, just stay in your room. Don't do anything.
Please don't kidnap this man that is very good at building nuclear-capable platforms for anybody at the drop of a hat.
He really doesn't care. As long as you give him the means, he'll fucking do it.
Hey Huey, what do you want to do for your birthday this year? I don't know, maybe make a walking nuclear tank. You say that every year.
He's so easy to get gifts for. Every holiday, every birthday, same thing.
Just blows out the candles and wishes that he lives long enough to see a material science get to the point where maybe we'll have a railgun that can launch a warhead.
Yeah. And yeah, if you take a look at all these invading guys, they're wearing MSF outfits.
You all right?
Look, you think former MSF dudes would realize what's happening the instant one guy passes out. Oh, fuck.
Oh, wow. Guess he just stayed up too late last night, huh? Wow.
Don't shoot.
Like, despite Despite
Hell yeah, he is.
Yeah. Despite working at MSF 9 years ago, you still don't know the boss's tricks? Does he just not tell people? Does he not tell anybody about the cardboard box? Is it his greatest trade secret?
Where are your friends?
Now, why? What's the deal with being unfultonable?
There's just a bunch of shit overhanging.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's, I was also confused for a little bit. I was like, what? I'm outside, but yeah, there's just a bunch of shit overhanging, like, all the way to the end, so I can't Fulton dudes in this very specific spot. Oh, well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it might have been a mission thing, like, oh, they kidnapped Pequod.
Yeah. They immediately hijacked him after I dropped out of the helicopter. And yeah, also the other reason why I haven't taken too much of a look at the R&D strut yet is just this whole mission is based around it, so. But now we'll finally get to see. The R&D strut is a navigational nightmare. Nothing is laid out in a way that makes sense. It's like, okay, it's very tall. Let's take the stairs all the way up to the top. Like, random staircases just terminate halfway up, and some only go from the top to the middle and don't connect to the ground. It gets very confusing, and it's very hard to figure out how to get all the way up to the top. And it just makes no sense. Whoever built this is really... Whichever Mother Base member planned this whole place out did a very bad job. But hey, there's a bajillion gigantic man-sized pipes everywhere that you can climb, so that's honestly the easier way to get up top rather than taking the stairs. And
Just wrap your powerful thighs
yeah.
and get on up.
What?
CP, this is Delta 4. Signs of enemy activity. Tightening security. Over.
Yeah, like the other struts, you know, I've shown off that each strut has its own, like, target practice mission. R&D has one too, and it's the hardest one because it's so big and tall and it's hard to navigate, and like
I really like that transition though to the horizontal.
Oh right,
pipe.
it's cool.
Oh, that was such a good animation. That was so cool.
Yeah, it's a really good animation. And yeah, I really like just navigating like the R&D thing normally. I hated it. It sucks. Same with doing the target practice. It's so confusing. But as like a sneaking level, I really like it for how vertical it is and like all these sneaky little routes with the pipes. I think it's really cool. And I also just wish they had this whole pipe climbing element like in the rest of the game. It's only in Mother Base that these types of pipes are here, and I think that kind of sucks. But yeah, Noctiscion is your best friend in this mission because it's just too many nooks and crannies, too many dudes. It's just very easy to get caught here. Almost at the top though. Just waiting, waiting for this one man to go. Whoop. Yeah, once you get to the top, then it gets a lot easier because you can snipe everybody. The top of this platform is really big. There's enough cover that it's never really much of an issue.
Just a box that seems to be upside down with its flaps flayed open.
With a camo pattern on top of it. Very strange. This box is far more tactical looking than I'm used to seeing. Seems a little familiar somehow. I also kind of wish, since these are all like MSF...
There he is.
Whoop.
That guy's the target.
Since these are all apparently former MSF soldiers because just wearing the uniforms,
Yeah.
I wish that you could make them stop attacking the same way you could with the missing soldiers by just playing music and stuff or just running around the cardboard box. Also, the hitboxes on these are a little weird. They block my shots sometimes and it's strange.
What if they don't have those because they're from MSF? But because after MSF fell into the sea, like all your uniforms were dirt cheap. They just got them at the
Right.
the surplus store.
Some dude was just salvaging the wreckage and found crates and crates of uniforms. And that alone gave him the idea, I should start a private military company.
I've got the uniforms.
Yeah.
That seems to be the hard part.
I just want to see, in some game like this, an enemy behavior one day where they see a giant pile of knocked out guys and they go, nope, and they go the opposite way. They don't go to check on their friends to see what's happening, they just go the opposite way.
CP, this is Zulu 10. Someone's looking. Zulu 10, what's wrong? Come in, Zulu 10.
Zulu 10, stop snoring and tell me what's wrong.
Oh, he fell asleep with his finger on the button. He can't. Ugh.
Sir, he's drooling.
Oh.
I just feel it. I can tell. He's drooling.
It's just some kind of vague wet noise I'm hearing. I don't like it.
I don't like it, sir.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Well, he's not going far.
He's
I
going
feel like
like
you could just, like, put him in the brig right now.
yeah. They're just like immediately being caught by the helicopter and they're just like flying 10 feet to the right and just shoving the bodies back out.
I would love it if you set up like a whole quote-unquote recruitment strut, right?
Yeah.
And the roof is a big old cargo net that they drop the people into.
Oh, they're in sync.
Oh, battle buddies.
The best type of buddy.
They are really in sync, huh?
Yeah, they're very compatible. A+. Wowee. Thank you.
Fuck him.
It's B. It's okay.
Yeah, I guess.
We still have some C rankers sitting around. B is
Mission
still
accomplished.
acceptable.
Get to the extract.
Wait,
Never mind.
just go to the office or something. Wait for me in the break room. We'll talk
Mission
there.
accomplished. Come on over, I guess.
Yeah,
We'll talk about it.
this is the easiest mission we've ever had, boss. And so cheap, there were no transportation costs. We should do all of our business on Mother Base.
If we could only have Cypher just, like, invade us directly.
Yeah, it would save so much time and effort and money.
Maybe you should have phoned the man on fire. We'll
Right?
get this done hunky-dory.
Just beat him up there and it's good. It's a lot of B guys. B's okay.
Oh, yes, this is clearly the B team.
Yeah.
Subject on board.
And before I Fulton Mosquito here, don't want to forget they also took hostages, and they're all in this big hangar. I mean, it's also like I don't even need to rescue them now. Like I've taken care of
Like, they're-
everybody.
They're home.
You're already home. I'll just cut your handcuffs off. But no, you still have to Fulton them.
Yeah, there's a procedure. It is a military after all. Regulations must be observed.
Yeah. I either that or they've just been a little traumatized from being held hostage and they just need the comforting embrace of the Fulton to calm them down.
Subject on board.
Plus 60 fame. He rescued his own men who were on their own base by sending them off the base for a very short amount of time. And that's a hero.
On behalf of all of Diamond Dogs, all that's left is to eliminate the target. Go get him, boss.
He's right here. I already got him. It's fine. S rank.
Ooh.
Whoa. Mosquito. You're good. All right. So, of course, if you you wake him up, you can get a couple lines from him from interrogating him. Also, the back of his thing just straight up says "mosquito!"
Yeah.
Exclamation points.
So we've been pronouncing it wrong the whole time.
Mosquito!
Mosquito!
Spit it out. Spit it out.
All right, come here, you.
If you want to be recognized, don't wear a full face mask.
Yeah.
Generally.
Look, there were 300 of you back then. It's hard to remember.
You're going to extract him. Good thinking. We'll make him squeal till he's paid his due.
Attention hostile force. We have eliminated your commander. Escape is impossible. Lay down your weapons immediately. Surrender now. You will not be fired upon.
Mission complete, boss.
So since this is like a tutorial mission, there's no rank or anything. It's just you do it. That's it.
It would be great if you somehow found a way to make the horse like you better.
Yeah.
On that mission.
Yeah. The horse was watching from the helicopter, and he was very impressed. So now we have unlocked the final department for Mother Base, the security team. They will be used later on for multiplayer, for defending our base when other players invade it. There's Mosquito. His skill is a boaster. The boaster skill means that he just lies about his skills. So he was actually an A++ in combat and not an S.
What a fucking dumb skill.
Right? It's so stupid. Death Wallaby. Titanium Moose.
Titanium Moose.
Titanium Moose is great. I love
the
him.
Bastard Serpent, or as we know him, Liquid Snake.
Pouncing Whale, they can do that.
Boss, we figured out who that enemy commander was. He was on the staff at Mother Base 9 years back. Despite surviving the attack, he broke off from us and spent his years terrified that a cleanup squad would come after him. The isolation screwed with his sense of loyalty. A rumor, source unknown, had him convinced that the attack 9 years ago was orchestrated by you yourself. The big boss sold out his comrades to hide from the world. He thought that's why you weren't at the base that day. He was so desperate to take us down, he built up his own PF, copying us in every way. His idea of the perfect revenge. But in the end, he was just a victim of disinformation. I'll leave you to decide how to deal with him.
Well, he did lie to my face.
So, Mosquito was, in fact, in Ground Zeroes. You can see him in this cutscene. He was the guy who helped Miller get up. There he is. He still has Mosquito written on the back of his vest. It's great.
What a nice little touch.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, everybody, pour one out for Mosquito!
Mosquito!